Today's experiment is iodine test, and iodine test is a qualitative test. And title of this experiment is to detect polysaccharides in a given sample. Solution by iodine test. This is the title. Iodine test is a qualitative test for the detection of polysaccharides. We can perform two identifications. One is we can detect the presence and absence of polysaccharides in the sample solution. And second is we can identify which polysaccharide is present in the sample. We can identify two polysaccharides by this test. One polysaccharide is starch and other polysaccharide is glycogen. And third one is we can also identify dextrins. These are the three types of polysaccharides we can identify in iodine test. First of all, when we need to proceed the iodine test, we need to find Lugol's iodine solution. We need to prepare Lugol's iodine solution. And how will you prepare the Lugol's iodine solution? To perform this test, we should have this solution and we need to prepare it, and we can prepare it by taking 2.5 gram iodine and 7.5 gram of potassium iodide dissolved in 500 ml of distilled water. You will take these two chemicals and mix them in 500 ml of distilled water. Total volume of solution should be 500 ml. Then you have Lugol's 2% Lugol's iodine solution. We need some other chemicals as well for evaluation of effect of pH and effect of temperature on this test. And those chemicals are here: 10% NaOH, concentrated HCl, and concentrated H2SO4. Now, what is the procedure for this test? First of all, you need to take 3 ml of sample solution in test tube, and then you will add 1 drop of concentrated HCl. And when you add 1 drop of concentrated HCl, then you will add now you will add 1 small drop of iodine solution. It should be very tiny drop of iodine solution, because if you take excess of iodine may give false result. Therefore, it will be better to use a glass rod to obtain small quantity of iodine solution. Take a glass rod, dip it in iodine solution, then transfer the tip of the glass rod in the test tube in which you are identifying the polysaccharide. In this way, we can take minute quantity or tiny drop of the glucose iodine solution. When you dip the tip of the glass rod in test tube, there will be color change. If there is any color change in the test tube, it's mean polysaccharides are present. But we can identify the polysaccharides on the basis of color difference. If we have starch in the sample, in that case there will be blue color solution. there will be blue color formation. If we have dextrins in the test tube, there will be purple color in the solution. And if we have glycogen, in that case, reddish brown color formation. This is how we can identify the polysaccharides in the sample by iodine test. Now we need to discuss the principle of this test. First of all, we go on principle. What is the chemistry of this test? So this test depends upon property of adsorption. What is adsorption? Adsorption means substances just stay on the surface. Adsorption means, let's say we have a ball-like structure here, and in this ball-like structure there will be only attachment of particles on the surface of this ball. These particles would remain on the surface of this ball. It would be called adsorption. And when some particles are moving inside the ball, now if the particles remain on the surface of any body, it will be adsorption. Now, if we have some particles, let's say these are the particles and these particles are moving into the cavity, it will be called absorption. But here the red particles are on the surface of this ball, it will be adsorption. So particles remain attached on the surface of any material, that will be adsorption, and if the particles are moving inside the cavity, that will be absorption. So in case of iodine test, the basic concept of principle is adsorption. When we add the iodine solution in the polysaccharides, the iodine molecules adsorb with the polysaccharides. When the iodine molecules adsorb with the polysaccharides, so it's mean there will be physical interaction between the polysaccharides and the iodine molecules. And when there will be physical interaction between the polysaccharide and the iodine molecules, it would make a complex, and that complex is colored. That's why, uh, but this is the physical interaction, this is the physical attachment of iodine molecules with the surface of polysaccharides. There is no chemical action. That's why this reaction is reversible. We can reverse this reaction back. We can separate the iodine molecules from the surface of polysaccharides. So when we change the physical conditions of this chemical reaction, in that case, the colored complex would disappear and iodine molecules would detach from the polysaccharides. And we can proceed this iodine test only in slightly acidic conditions. We have added 1 drop of HCl in the sample to maintain the slightly acidic conditions in the reaction medium. And iodine molecules can only adsorb with the polysaccharides in slightly acidic conditions in low pH. But when we change the condition of acidic medium, the iodine molecule would detach from the polysaccharides. So, first of all, if we talk about the effect of pH and effect of temperature on the iodine test, that is, let's say here we have effect of pH. Perform iodine test and add 10% sodium hydroxide drop by drop till the color disappear. Now we need to evaluate the effect of pH on the iodine test and how we can evaluate the effect of pH on iodine test. We can evaluate it. First of all, you have a colored solution. Let's say you have starch in the sample. You have added iodine and the color is blue. Now you have blue colored solution in the test tube, and that blue color is due to a complex formation, and that complex formation is due to the physical interaction between iodine molecules and the polysaccharides, and it is happening in low pH in slightly acidic conditions. But now we need to factor pH, we need to evaluate the effect of pH. Now in this test tube, in this colored solution, to evaluate the effect of pH, you will add 10% sodium hydroxide drop by drop. And when you will add the sodium hydroxide in this test tube drop by drop, the pH of the solution will be increased and it will be converted into alkaline medium. The reaction mixture will be alkaline. When the reaction mixture will be alkaline, when the medium will be alkaline on the addition of 10% sodium hydroxide, at high pH, iodine molecules cannot remain attached with the polysaccharide. And so, due to high pH, the valency of the polysaccharides will be disturbed, and iodine molecule would detach from the polysaccharides, and the blue color of solution will be disappeared. So it's mean we can perform this test only at low pH. And next is effect of temperature. We can proceed iodine test in room temperature. But if you have a colored solution, blue colored solution, and you heat the solution on Bunsen burner, when you will heat the solution on Bunsen burner, in that case, polysaccharides cannot attach the iodine molecule with them at high temperatures, and iodine molecules will be detached and complex will be broken into two components. Iodine molecules will be separated, polysaccharides will be separated, and now again there will be disappearance of blue colored complex, and there will be no more blue color in the solution. So it's mean the capacity of polysaccharides is low at high temperature to absorb the iodine molecules with them. So we can proceed this test in slightly acidic conditions and at room temperature. Now when you maintain the low pH back, again iodine molecule will adsorb with the surface of polysaccharides and blue color complex will be formed. Again you will cool down the test tube. Again at low temperature, at room temperature, the iodine molecules would attach with the surface of the polysaccharide and they would make a physical complex. And that complex formation would give the solution again blue color. This is how we can identify and detect the polysaccharides in the sample by iodine test. Any questions, please?